Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again, 'cause a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping. And the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. In restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone, 'neath the halo of a street lamp. I turned my car to the cold and damp. When my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light that split the night and touched the soul of silence. I see a red door and I want it painted black. No colors anymore, I want them to turn black. I see the girls go by dressed in their summer clothes. I have to turn my head until my darkness goes. I see a line of cars and they're all painted black, with flowers and my love, both never to turn back. Bury your secrets in my skin. Come away with innocence and leave me with my sins. The air on me still feels like a cage, and love is just a camouflage for what resembles rage again. So if you love me, let me go and run away before I know. My heart is just too dark to care. I can't destroy what isn't there. Deliver me into my fate. If I'm alone, I cannot hate. I don't deserve to have you. My smile was taken long ago. If I can change, I hope. I never know. He brings a gun to school and he'd simply kick my ass if he knew the truth. He lives on my block and drives an IROC, but he doesn't know who I am, and he doesn't give a damn about me, 'cause I'm just a teenage dirtbag baby. Yeah, I'm just a teenage dirtbag, baby. Listen to Iron Maiden, baby, with me. Ooh, how can you see into my eyes like open doors, leading you down into my core, where I become so numb without a soul, my spirit sleeping somewhere cold, until you find it there and lead it back home. Wake me up inside, wake me up inside, call my name and save me from the dark. Never opened myself this way, life is ours, we live it our way. All these words I don't just say, and nothing else matters. Trust I seek and I find in you, every day for us something new. Open mind for a different view. When you try your best but you don't succeed, when you get what you want but not what you need, when you feel so tired but you can't sleep, stuck in reverse, when the tears come streaming down your face, when you lose something you can't replace, when you love someone but it goes to waste, could it be worse? Lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you. Kiss me out of the bearded barley nightly, beside the green, green grass. Swing, swing, swing a spinning step. You wear those shoes and I will wear that dress. Oh, kiss me beneath the milky twilight. Lead me out on the moonlit floor. Lift your open hand, strike up the band, and make the fireflies dance, the silver moon sparkling. So kiss me. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again, 'cause a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my sound of silence. In restless dreams I walked alone. Good after. Wow, good after. Right, my beautiful beans. Wow, that was a really exciting that was a really exciting first noise of the stream. That's what I get for restarting Logic right as the intro is playing. Hello, my beautiful beans, and a very happy Saturday to all of you glorious beans. I hope you're having the most magical of weekends thus far. Thank you, Lady Tina Kiel, for that beautiful raid. Right, my glorious beans. Andy JL, already with a 1-bit cheer. Say good afternoon, Queen V. Mods Beans, happy Saturday stream. A very happy Saturday stream to you, Andy. Thank you for that cheeky 1-bit cheer right at the beginning of the stream. And Lady Tina Kiel, I hope your stream was fantastic. A big shout out to Lady Tina Kiel. Hello, glorious beans. Specky, you say fantastic hair. Thank you so very much. Drobsten, it's a pleasure to have you with us. Monkey Manu, my angel. I hope you're having a glorious weekend. Hello, Boris Amalan. How are you, my darling bean? Kit Kat PS. It's wonderful to see you. Orthak, bless your face. How's your weekend going? Honey, my sunshine soul of a bean, and Angie Indy. Aren't I blessed by the presence of both of you gorgeous angels? How are you both today? Scotty from Germany, moin to you as well, my darling. How are you? Quixie says 50 bits. Broken mic start. How typical. Thank you, Quixie. You're so very lovely. Well, you're all very lucky to be here on a broken mic start stream, because I don't know if that's ever happened. I'm not sure I've ever gone live and immediately that the mic has sounded like that. So this is a very rare and special stream to be here for. IHTFP 101, how are you? Say Logic. Where we are going, we won't need Logic. Well, exactly. Except for we do. Please don't crash Logic. We love you. Kentai, the king of Bing himself, gracing us with his royal presence today. How are you, Kentai? All Man's Life says, how are you? I am so well, thank you, All Man's Life. How are you, darling? Leaping Antidote, it's a pleasure to see you. Wisey UK, how are you, my darling bean? Sakura Juju Lanital, or Lanitai 7. You say hello, my darling bean. Made to raid, I want to hear all about your first week at work. How has it gone? You say, come on, Logic, you can do it, Logic. Thank you, Maid, also for bestowing a pair of wings upon Arch Knight. Arch Knight holds the very special badge of honour here of being the first bean from Twitch that I ever met IRL, and he's absolutely lovely. Arch Knight, how are you, my darling? I hope you're having a really glorious weekend, whatever it is you are up to. X-Blom, thank you so much for 6 months of resubscribing. Blom, you're a sweetheart. Thank you so very much for choosing to press resubscribe yet again. Hello, Rin Kurohana. It's lovely to have you here. How are you, my lovely bean? Laslong lives, loves, laughs, and Angelic Gent. Good afternoon to you. Loon Suko, it's wonderful to see you. You know what I can't imagine? I can't imagine doing a stream and not starting it by saying hello to all of you in chat. It would be so surreal just to go live and immediately start singing. This feels like such an integral part of my streams, being able to speak to each and every one of you by name. Stuart says, Venus, straight hair in a plunging bondage neckline. Holy guacamole, Stuart, bless your face. You know what? My hair was the least straight ever. It's absolutely soaking wet here today, and I woke up at a festival this morning, and it has been pouring with rain, and I mean absolutely pouring. So my hair was the opposite of this until quite literally 25 minutes ago. I left this hairdo to the very last second, and my mum can testify to that. RJS, it's a pleasure to have you here. You say, afternoon, Venus. Looking forward to listening to your beautiful voice. Thank you, RJS. Bless your face. Hello, Arch Knight. It's lovely to see you in chat. Marco Boner, thank you. Hello. Bless your face. I love you more. How are you today, my darling bean? Catnip, thank you for 21 months of resubscribing. You're so lovely. Thank you, Catnip, for being a bean for nearly 2 years.
Kevin the Groove, hello my love. You say perhaps you could do Logical Song by Supertramp. Keep it sweet. Let's just try and keep Logic on our good side, shall we? Although I don't know that song, therefore I would probably not keep Logic on my good side by just messing up the song terribly. Hello to Ethibord and Never Without Music. It's wonderful to have you here. Robert Respawns, good afternoon, my darling bean. Progressive Dub says it's raining here too. Yeah, it's just absolutely fabulously torrential downpours today. Fosmo, you say hello Venus. How lovely to see you. Fosmo, it's wonderful to see you too. Everlast 2K, how are you, my darling bean? Chintu, it's a pleasure to have you here. You say, is there a video for your audio setup? You sound amazing. There actually is not a video for my audio setup, but that's something we should definitely do, Dad, is do a little YouTube video where we give away all of our secrets. Or maybe not, because they are secrets and they are guarded. No, they're not really secrets. Celestial Berry, it's wonderful to have you here too. Anyone else that I've missed? And of course, all of my glorious lurkers. Keep yelling hi at me if you'd like to have a hello. And if you wouldn't and you'd like to stay quiet, that is just absolutely fine. Aero Arix, it's a pleasure to have you here. How are you doing, my darling bean? Now, it's time for the very first song of the stream. Quixie says, Beaver Baz, just so I know, and I bet it was not me, but who won the fancy necklace on the Wednesday stream? I was just wondering. This necklace was won by Rage Skulls. Here it is. I've not yet sent it off, but that will be going off in our next post load, I guess, which will be Monday. So congratulations again to Rage Skulls. And don't worry, Beans, if you didn't win any competitions yet, I'm going to be releasing a single every 4 weeks. And with each single, there will be a music video, and I will find a little something from each video to give away as a prize. So don't worry, you've got plenty more chances to win goodies. Right, my beautiful beans, for the very first song of the stream today. Wow, we're getting some really exciting Logic moments. To warm us all up, I'm going to play for you Night Call. I'm giving you a night call to tell you how I feel. I'm gonna drive you through the night and down the hill. I'm gonna tell you something you don't want to hear. I'm gonna show you where it's done, but have no fear. There's something inside you, it's hard to explain. There's something inside you, boy, but you're still the same. I'm giving you a night call to tell you how I feel. I'm gonna drive you through the night and down the hill. I'm gonna tell you something you don't want to hear. I'm gonna show you where it's done, but have no fear. There's something inside you, it's hard to explain. They're
talking about you, boy, but you're still the same. I'm giving you a night call to tell you how I feel. I'm gonna drive you through the night and down the hill.
For the very first song of the stream on this rather beautifully rainy Saturday afternoon. It's a very dramatic, very English day in August today. We're supposed to have, on this particular date in August, the best chances of having really good weather. Every year, this is projected to be the driest and hottest weekend of the year. Torrential downpours, even quite cold as well. But somehow, at the same time, muggy and clammy. Just fabulously British, honestly. Anyone that's joined whilst I was singing, hello, my gorgeous beans. Attorney from below, how are you? Did I see a Tegroff? Teg, how are you doing, my gorgeous angel? I hope you're having a really wonderful Saturday. Matt M33, coming in with 40 months of resubscribing. You say, can someone show me where detention is? Well, Matt M33, I sure can. And today, detention is extra strict. There will be absolutely no smiling. There'll be no laughing. There'll be absolutely zero giggling. And there is no tolerance for any misbehaviour in detention today. Matt M33 said, please come and take a seat at the front of the class where you definitely belong. Made to Raid, thank you for that 100-bit cheer. You said, guarding treasure, you say, immediately request dragon. I'd forgotten about dragon. Made to Raid says, 0, very dramatic. Well, you'll fit right in here. British weather, welcome in. It is just so dramatic. So yes, Rain, come and join us today because this is the place to be. Made, you'll say, haha, oops, that was meant to be 100. No misbehaving anybody. Made to Raid, oh, I see, the 0 was meant to be attached to that. I just read the 0 at the beginning of the sentence and I thought you were just getting sort of quirky with your sentences. And I wasn't going to question it, Maid, because I would never question you. You are all-knowing, and I assumed I, therefore, was just being silly by not understanding the 0. Made to Raid, bless you, another 100-bit cheer. Made to Raid, also, don't think I'm not noticing. Don't you think I'm not noticing all this misbehaving immediately? I mean, immediately. Now, let me just talk to you a little bit about what happened on Wednesday. On Wednesday, I had scheduled, it was even in the title, I think, that we were going to have a very chill Wednesday stream. And you beans, you did, most of you, bar a few, did such a good job of being pretty chill throughout that stream. And I made sure to play very chill music to keep you all chill. And then as I was going to press end, you went absolutely mad and I think it was a 20-minute hype train right at the end of the stream. Now, that kind of behaviour will not be tolerated here in Venusworld, and the consequences today are that detention is extra awful, extra horrible. You've brought it upon yourself. And for every single bean that gets himself in detention, you bring another bean in with you, an innocent bean. So not only do you bring yourself into detention, but you're bringing an innocent bean who was doing nothing wrong with you. And that is what you have all brought upon yourselves. So, beans, I hope you're happy with yourselves. Quixie, thank you for that 100-bit cheer. Making sure to bring an innocent bean along with you. Oh my God. You say, that's fine. I only smile if someone gives me money or if a lovely singer with a great voice sings. Oh, bugger. Well, that's me stuffed. Quixie, bless your face. You are absolutely outrageous, as you honestly always are. Never trust a Quixie to behave, because a Quixie never will behave. Kentai, with that 100-bit cheer, making sure to bring one of his royal subjects with him, an innocent royal subject, into detention too. You say, I was so chill. Kentai, you were not. You most certainly were not. Andy JL with that 10-bit Tuesday. I promise to behave while I'm driving home. Well, there'll be no driving home because you're going to be in detention forever. is how it's going right now, Andy. With another innocent bean. Don't forget, beans, you're not just bringing yourselves, you're bringing another bean with you. Made to raid, you say, I don't believe it. The bean's misbehaving. Never. Completely unheard of here. It just doesn't happen. Oh my God, Blom. I'm really choking with the absolute shock at the misbehaving level right now. Blom bestowing 10 pairs of wings upon our beans. Now, Blom, that doesn't mean you're bringing just one innocent bean with you, but 10 into detention today. And those beans, I can actually name them: Clashneck, Cash, Cerberus UK, Dynamos, Archithon CS, Michael Setip, Richard Mario, Brainsy, and Bear 8A. And also making money 23. Now, all of those beans were merrily sitting back and missing detention, and you have just dragged all of them in there with you. So, Blom, I hope you're pleased with yourself, and thank you so much for that enormous gift. Our subscriber number is still unbelievably high. In fact, I'm going to let you see it. Hang on. Let's just bring in the old overlay there. Sub count, and that's even a little bit behind. It's currently 1,173 subscribers. So thank you. It's just not dropping below 1,000 at the moment. It is completely mad. And even if for a few days it has dropped below 1,000 the last few months, you have so quickly brought it back up to over 1,000. And as a music streamer, I cannot tell you how incredible that is and how supported I feel. So thank you all so much for just being the most supportive community. Attorney from below, you say, I would never want anyone else to get cake or roller coasters or those other horrible things, those terrible, awful things that could happen to a bean, Attorney? Well, you are dragging someone with you. And every time that you do anything, you're going to bring another bean into detention. Making sure that so many beans follow him into detention today. You say, hooray, beans with benefits, bring an innocent friend, intentionally or not. Beans, you're doing this to each other. You are dragging each other into detention. Hang on, this says release party above my head. That's just not correct. IOCals coming in with a 400-bit cheer. Holy butts. You say grabs Awaken a 1. Okay, let's go. Woo! IOCals, I like that you're actually naming the bean you're going to drag into detention with you today. Although I'm sure Awaken a 1 has earned enough detention to be in detention anyway over the last few months. Quixie, thank you for that 50-bit cheer. You say, who, me? Never on a cold, wet day in the UK. Oh, blast, I did it again. Quixie, you just keep walking right into detention over and over again, dragging so many beans with you. Honestly, disappointed doesn't even begin to cover what I'm feeling right now. Beans, you're so naughty and you're so wonderful. So thank you. Angie Indy, you absolute angel. Thank you for bestowing a pair of wings upon Janny Ray. Making sure that Janny Ray comes into detention with you today, Angie Indy. Another bean who's choosing the fate of a particular bean. All right, well, I'm just going to have to play you all another song because this is getting out of hand. And if I just sit here talking to you all, it will continue to get out of hand. I've learnt my lesson. Singing songs is the way to make you all behave. Made to Raid, you say it's not safe to go alone. Take innocent bean. Meme reference complete. Made to Raid, bless your face. Thank you, Rashi, for bestowing a pair of wings upon detentions. Well, that person with that name was just asking for it, weren't they? Rashi, bless your face. Quixie says, just so you know, the more the merrier. Well, that is generally the case, but in this particular case it's the more the devastated. Is that English? I think not. Right, the next song of the stream for these outrageous beans. You're honestly you're outrageous. It's just been non-stop the last few months, the outrageousness, and I can't believe it. Quixie, oh my God, Quixie making sure to take in Longhair 420, Dags UK, Vinio, Bedoy Doy, and Aussie 21 into detention. You are so cheeky. Quixie, bless your face. Thank you so much for giving all of those beans wings. You are so sweet. Thank you. And also, you're so naughty, and I don't know what to do with you, honestly. Right. Okay, beans. Here we go. Wow. You know what's a crazy thing that's happened? Of all people that have requested songs, all of you but one have requested an original song. That's madness. That is absolute madness. Well, okay, I'm going to start swearing then. And again, I'm going to blame you for this. Now, this was requested by Catnip. Catnip would like to hear Effort, I Miss You. This is an original of mine in which I am going to say the F word 13 times. So if you've got kids in the room, mute the stream for this song because I say the F word and the MF word, and it's just generally not child safe. So 5 minutes, mute the stream. We'll let you know in chat when it is a swear-free zone yet again. But whilst I am swearing beans, feel free to get your swears out in chat, because this is a very rare moment where you're actually allowed to swear here without getting your message deleted by my incredible team of moderators. So if you do have any swears that you want to get out, obviously in context, then this is the time to do it. Now, this is an original of mine that is released, so you can listen to this one from my album Venusworld as many times as you would like. And I'm going to play it to you with the full production. This is Fuck It, I'll Miss You. Which is not what it's called at all. It's called Fuck It, I Miss You. Here we go.
I know that you're lost, 'cause honey, I'm lost too. And I know that you're scared, 'cause I see right through that smile. Don't try to be brave, no, not today. Let's be okay with not being okay. This part is hard as we put up bars around our heart. Fuck it, I miss you. We had a good thing. I miss the way you smile, the way you smell, the way you everything. God damn it, I wish you weren't so attractive, so physically active. Or maybe it's just 'cause you're not mine. I've always been a sucker for a motherfucker who makes me pine. So you call me late at night, babe, while I'm in bed, and say you wanna take back half of what you said that day. Would that be okay? Did I wanna come over, help you finish that book? You know, the one with the title I mistook, and lay my head in your shoulder neck and stay like when we were in love. But none of the above can happen again. This should be the end. But fuck it, I miss you. We had a good thing. I miss the way you smile, the way you smell, the way everything. God damn it, I wish you weren't so attractive, so physically active. Or maybe it's just 'cause you're not mine. I've always been a sucker for a motherfucker who makes me pine. And I was doing so well, not crossing that line, and drowning all my sorrows in red wine. I guess it's hard even to be reminded of the divine. Fuck it, I miss you. We had a good thing. I miss the way you smile, the way you smell, the way you everything. God damn it, I wish you weren't so attractive, so physically active. Or maybe it's just 'cause you're not mine. I've always been a sucker for a motherfucker. Fuck it, I miss you. We had a good thing. I miss the way you smile, the way you smile, the way you everything. God damn it, I wish you weren't so attractive, so physically active. Or maybe it's just 'cause you're mine. I've always been a sucker for a motherfucker who makes me pine.
An original of mine. That one is called Fuck It, I Miss You. And this is now a swear-free zone. Thank you, beautiful beans. I love the way that most of you just don't swear and you make up a different word instead. It's very cute to read the chat whilst I sing that one. Attorney from below, I saw that 100-bit cheer. You say, I refuse to let the singing make me behave. Attorney, you certainly do. And also, you bring yet another bean into detention with you. And yes, you heard me correct, beans, if you just tuned in. Today there are extra harsh what's the word I'm looking for there? There are extra harsh punishments for if you go to detention, which is that you will bring an innocent being with you. So not only will you get yourself into trouble, but you will bring an innocent being with you. And Wakener One, it's lovely to see you. Did you see, Wakener One, that you were dragged into detention today? That happened. Made to Raid, thank you for that 100-bit. You say, welcome to all of you that just joined in. If you have just joined in, I hope you're having a lovely snack and that you're feeling incredibly relaxed and you're feeling like the weekend is upon you, because it most certainly is, and there's nothing you can do about it. Luffy, it's wonderful to have you here. Anyone else that I've missed, keep screaming hello at me till I have the pleasure of seeing your gorgeous self in chat. And I'm going to play for you some Radiohead. Now, I am going to let you decide. Wow, I just accidentally did the exactly wrong thing. I'm going to let you decide which Radiohead song that I play to you. And your choices are, hello Dan, how are you, my love? Thank you so very much for that glorious raid. DM Tesseract, an absolutely fantastic musician. I highly recommend you go and give him a follow right now. I hope your stream was fantastic. I'm just doing a poll for which Radiohead song you would like to hear. Your options are exit music for a film, fake plastic trees, I Will, Karma Police. I'm not going to put Creep because I played that last time and it will win. And maybe Lucky. All right, the choice is yours. You have 1 minute to get your votes in. Which Radiohead song shall I play next? Tsar Bomber says exit music is the only right answer, just so you all know. I know there are a few beans here that definitely agree with that. But then there are some banging songs on that list. And I personally am happy to play any of them. I'm always happy with any Radiohead. Now, let's have a look what is immediately in the lead. We have got I Will and Exit Music for a Film, both at the moment at the front of the poll. We've got 9 votes for Exit Music. We've got 6 for I Will. And Karma Police has now just got 6 as well. Lucky has got 3 votes. Fake Plastic Trees has got 3 votes. Exit Music for a Film now at 11, while Karma Police and I Will are going up at the same rate. 8 votes each at the moment. 14 votes for Exit Music for a Film. It looks like this is going in a very particular direction, which I can't say I'm hugely surprised about. 15 votes for Exit Music for a Film, meaning Exit Music for a Film is the winner this time around. Thank you, Boris, for bestowing a pair of wings upon Tsar Bomber. Jim the Bam Man, thank you for subscribing using your Twitch Prime. That is so very kind of you. And Boris, thank you so much for bestowing a pair of wings upon Dan. Welcome in, everybody. If you are meeting me for the very first time today, hello. My name is Venus. I'm a singer-songwriter from the UK, playing to you a mixture of original songs and covers here in my streams 3 times a week on Twitch. Now, I'm going to play this to you with the full orchestra. So let's welcome them into the studio. They are invisible, but I can assure you they're here, breathing down my neck. Are you ready for the drama to turn itself up to 10? Right.
we escape, we escape. Pick and get dressed before your father hears us, before all hell breaks loose. Breathe, keep breathing. Don't you lose your nerve. Breathe, keep breathing. Can't do this alone. So sing us a song to keep us warm. There's a chill, such a chill, and you can laugh. The spineless love we hold, your rules and wisdom choke you now. We'll walk in everlasting peace. We hope that you choke, that you choke. We hope that you choke, that you choke. We hope that you choke, that you choke.
Exit music for a film by Radiohead, chosen by the Beans for the Beans. Bright official, it's wonderful to have you here. Amanatus, how are you, my darling? Free Saw, bless your face. Paco Taco, thank you so much. It's wonderful to have you here today. Royal Riku and Iggy J, welcome, my glorious Beans. James 4870, it's a pleasure to have you here. Matix, how are you? Maxi Max, it's a pleasure to have you here today too. Right, my beautiful Beans, coming up for you next, I'm going to play to you my brand new single released just last week. This one is called Shutter Speed, and I've also got a music video for this one up on YouTube if you want to check that out. And of course, you can listen to this on all the major musical streaming platforms. It is out now. Links will be shared with you in chat. Now, my glorious Beans, I'm going to play this to you with the full production created in this very studio by me and Beaver Baz. Without further ado, this is my brand new single, Shutter Speed.
Just out of sight, down at the end of the garden, you hide your bike. I find an excuse to be pardoned. No time for shoes. Feeling the damp of the dew against my skin. I will into the distance. And when the town is fast asleep, we lay together in the street, our hearts now beating with persistence. The shutter speeds slow, turn me into ghost. Focus on still. 3, 2, 1. Pictures of forever and ever, and oh, I'll go to bed 10 minutes before my alarm, eyes heavy as lead, but your name is written on my arm, surrounded by stars, tracing the lines of the ink upon my skin. I will ride upon your handlebars and feel as though the world is lost, created for this moment in existence. Underneath 1,000 eyes of ever watchful footprints, I light up our distance. And when the town is fast asleep, we'll lay together in the street, our hearts now beating with persistence. Say the shutters speed slow. Turn me into ghost. Focus on the stars. 3, 2, 1. Pictures of us forever and ever.
Thank you, beautiful beings. You can listen to this one on all the different major musical streaming platforms. Links given to you in chat. Thank you, everybody. Bless your beautiful faces. Thank you, lovely beings. That was Shutter Speed, my brand new single. Now, I am going to shoot a music video this week for the next single. And it is going to be by far the hardest music video to film so far. Now, I'm not going to tell you what the single is yet. We're not announcing it yet. Of course, feel free to guess. But to go to the location where we're going to film this one is going to be, I think, a 12-hour round trip, because it's about a 2-hour drive and then it is a 2-hour hike. And getting the timing of this one is going to be very difficult because it depends on something in nature that I can't control, and have to be at the exact right time so as not to get terribly stranded at the place we're going to film it. It is going to be a absolute undertaking. And then once getting there, being ready to shoot a music video after the massive journey that it's going to be to get there. It's going to be a whole thing, and it might end up being that I have to shoot it at around 4 a.m. It's all nature dependent, and that's the only clue I'm going to give you. I'm not going to tell you what part of nature it depends on, but just a part of nature dictates this video. And I'm very excited to give it to you, and also quite nervous to film this one. But it should be a really magical video. The spot is glorious, and it all going according to plan. It should be fantastic, but I guess we'll just see. Double X says Lake District. Now, the Lake District is somewhere I really would like to go film a video. I really would. You say 12-hour round trip. Hope everything will go okay, says Ethy Board. Thank you. I'm saying 12 hours. That's probably including the filming. Assuming we can, in fact, you know what? The window of filming is also very limited. Once we're at the place, I think we have precisely an hour and a half to film the whole thing before needing to immediately go back for fear of imminent death. Not that will happen. Don't worry. I'm not actually giving you any danger. We're going to be very careful. Who knows what it could be, Beans? Who knows? I feel like a few of you will probably work this one out. But even if you do work out where I'm filming it, you might not be able to work out which song is being released next. It could be any of them. Which one will it be? It is not going to be known for another couple of weeks. When are we going to announce, Dad, the next single? Honey says, I need to know. I might drop some hints on social media during the filming. I don't know. It might give away too much, and I might not. We'll see how much it gives away just by me even showing the location. I kind of want to not show you any of this video because it might be so visually spectacular. I might just want to not give any hints until the actual release. We'll see. But I know what I'm going to bring back as one of the prizes in the comment competition for the video of this one. We have got so much to release to you. It is quite overwhelming. Our calendar of releases is full. It's full for just for the foreseeable future, and even the non-foreseeable future, the future that I can't even imagine yet. There will be a single coming out every 4 weeks. It's very exciting. It is very exciting. Right. Honey says, I'm so freaking excited and ready. Me too. Oh my God. I can't wait to drop everything as one complete album as well. Doing the single at a time. I'm sure many of you beans have worked out why we're doing that. It's for Spotify reasons. If you release an album in one go, let's say I hadn't released these singles one at a time and that I didn't do that, and instead I just gave you this whole album at once, Spotify would let you choose one track to get pushed to playlists and basically get featured in Spotify. They let you pick one standout song from an album. Whereas if you release songs one at a time as a single, each one of those is a standalone thing that Spotify, you get the chance for Spotify to push, which is why every time we do a single, we're asking you to add it to playlists and all of that. All the sharing, all the playlisting, and all the playing is what gets a song noticed. And so to play the Spotify game in the best way possible, we are releasing this album one single at a time. And then, of course, we are going to release it to you in one big album as well, which I'm so excited. Which is also why you're getting each single only as limited edition white label singles. Because you are going to be able to have all of them on one physical CD, of course, when we have done the one at a time releasing. So there is an album, and it's being drip fed to you, and then you can get the whole thing at once as well. But it's been Vanio says, what does a white label mean? It just means it's been printed as a one-off. It's not an official print. It's been printed, in this case, here in our studio by us, and I have decorated each one. For those of you that have wanted to buy it, we just printed 50 of each single as they come out, just for those of you that really want to have the physical evidence of having got that single. And there are so many of you who have done that with every single single that we have done that with. So thank you so much. You've got quite the Venusworld collection. Now, I'm going to play for you for the next song of the stream. Wow, that was dramatic. Don't want the strings. I would like the Beckstein and a pad. White Official says that is actually legendary. Thank you. Kev Tech says, hi Venus, looking gorgeous as always. Thank you, Kev. Bless your face. I'm going to play for you. Maybe an original. What did I just play you? I just played you Shutter Speed. I'm going to play you another original. I want to play my brand new one. Not yet released. This one is called Survive. And this time, I've been playing it to you with strings and piano. I'm going to try just piano. I want to get to know this song in all the different ways that we can. This is a more keyed back version. This is a song about creating in your head the perfect person that's going to make all of your troubles go away. And then realizing that there is no one that can make all your troubles go away, and that it depends completely on yourself. To work on yourself, and not to put any person in the position of being your saviour. It's called Survive. I'm sad for no reason, it has stopped me sleeping. I'd kept all these feelings inside. I can't stop the bleeding, I'm endlessly needing somebody like you in my life. But you don't exist, and I'm not sure that you ever did. I'd say
but somebody had bound both my wrists. Oh God, could this be the answer that I'd always missed? We're alone in the dark to learn to survive. I lost the direction that inner reflection would usually bring to my life. I'd made you the reason that I wasn't sleeping. Myself I still have to remind that you don't exist, and I'm not sure that you ever did. I'd saved a kiss, but somebody had bound both my wrists. Oh God, could this be the answer that I'd always missed? We're alone in the dark to learn to survive. But I don't want this pain. I don't want to be sane. I just want the light. How can this be madness? Avoidance of sadness. I don't want to fight with you. Don't exist, and I'm not sure that you ever did. I saved a kiss, but somebody had bound both my wrists. Oh God, could this be the answer that I'd always missed? We're alone in the dark to learn to survive. We're alone in the dark to learn to survive.
My brand new original song, that one is called Survive. Thank you, beautiful beings, for all your love in chat. Bless you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Mum and Dad, for the round of applause. Von762, thank you for 2 months of free subscribing. Thank you so much for your support. To all of you who continue to press resubscribe every month, thank you so much. I appreciate it more than you could ever know. And please, those of you who cannot afford to subscribe or to financially support the show in any way, please never feel guilty. Having you here is the main thing, and you are valued just as much, even if you can't give anything. So please never feel like you don't have a place here in Venusworld if you can't press subscribe or if you can't give anything. And to those of you who can comfortably afford to do that, thank you from the bottom of my heart for choosing to support my show in the way that you do. It is so, I know how lucky I am. I really know it. So thank you, my glorious beans. I went to a music festival last night, and I was reminded, being someone that never goes to festivals, and in fact, I barely go to live shows, mainly because I don't like being in loud spaces, and I also don't particularly like being in public. I just get absolutely overwhelmed by loud noises and lots of people, and I always have. So I don't go to a lot of live shows, and I don't go to a lot of festivals. And in fact, I've only ever been to 2 festivals in my life where I've actually slept there. And last night I went to a festival, I slept there, and watched some live acts, and really got reminded of the amount of work and just the difficulty of performing live. And I was reminded of all those shows that I used to do when I used to drag myself up to London and further afield with equipment and a band and everything that comes with performing a live gig. There is so much set up, and you come out of it. If you are an unsigned artist, if you are an independent musician, generally you come out of a gig either with having made a loss or a very, very small profit. And I was reminded very much last night by watching some of the smaller acts who were performing at the festival. I was reminded of the slog of dragging yourself to somewhere, getting all psyched up, getting yourself ready. And as much as I loved performing live, it is very magical to perform IRL. It is such a huge effort, and I was so reminded last night of the amount of effort that we used to put into doing all the live shows before I was on Twitch. And it made me appreciate just so deeply how good I have it here, that I get to do 3 live shows a week. Every single week from my studio, with everything being set up and ready to go, and that you, my glorious audience, that I get to interact with you the way that I do. Again, I was watching the people on stage yesterday interacting with their audience, and I was just really noticing the difference of what I've got here, being able to talk to all of you and get to know each and every one of you, feeling this incredible connection with the audience, and really remembering the disconnect that you have from an audience that you've never met who come to your show, and you don't really, unless they come and buy merch afterwards, and there are always some ways you can meet musicians at live shows, but it is such a different animal, and I can't believe that I get to be a full-time musician and I get to do my gigs in this way, and I'm so grateful for it. So thank you so much. Oh my god, I'm so grateful. And that is not to say that I don't look forward to doing live gigs in the future to all of you, because I know it will be a very different thing when I do my first IRL gig, and it will be my first. I have not done any IRL gigs since starting on Twitch, other than playing at my own sister's wedding. I've not done any in-person gigs at all since starting on Twitch. Now, of course, 3 years of that has been the pandemic, so we can discount those for having the opportunity to go live. But it's going to be a big moment when I get to perform to all of you, and it'll be totally different. I've never done a performance to my actual audience, to you beans. I did do a tour around Germany, and I'd done lots of shows in England, and they were fantastic, but they weren't to a crowd who knew who I was at all. They were people who were coming to see someone they'd never heard of before, or it was my friends and family. It was a mixture of that. So it's going to be a very surreal thing when I first get to do a gig to you, to my gorgeous audience. That's going to be magical, and I look forward to it so much. But thank you, all of you, for making all this possible, because oh my god, I know how lucky I am. Hello, Play Something Saxman. It's wonderful to have you here. Infrared says, what was the last concert you've gone to before going to the music festival? The last show I went to was to see a band called Kangaroo Moon. They're really cool. I saw them a couple of months ago. And they are kind of, well, now, what genre would I call them? Folky hobbit music. Fantastic. I saw them again last night, actually, at the festival. So they were the last gig before that. And I guess the last gig before that, in terms of a big band, like a really famous band, the last one that I saw, I'd been to a festival, like a day ticket festival, maybe 5 years ago. Can't remember who I even saw there. God, I can't remember. Someone not very memorable, apparently. But I remember there being some big acts playing. But I was there with someone who was working at the festival. So I was just sort of behind the scenes a little bit. I wasn't so much in that festival experiencing it. I was backstage with the person who was working at the gig. And I guess Elbow was one of the last big bands that I went to see. Laura Marling, she was a great one. Oh my god, saw Laura Marling at the Royal Albert Hall. Oh, I saw Iron Audi last year. Now that's the kind of concert and noise level that I find fantastic. Being in an amazing venue like the Royal Albert Hall, where they have got everything set up perfectly for the best acoustics, and seeing an act like Iron Audi, which never becomes too loud and overwhelming. I'm not so good being at a concert where it's ground shaking. A lot of last night at the festival was ground shakingly loud. So I had to stand very far back behind the crowd to actually be able to enjoy it. With the kids, funnily enough, all the kids that I was with, there were lots of little children at this festival, all the kids wanted to be further back, and I was totally with them. I was happy to be with the kids in the kids section, where it's a little bit quieter. Muse, amazing live band. Elbow were fantastic as well. And one of the people I was with at the Elbow concert, we were standing right at the front, and Guy Garvey, the singer from Elbow, came up to our group and gave the microphone to this one of the guys who was in our group, and he got to sing one of the lines of the Elbow song, and it was just pretty iconic. Muse will always be my favourite band memory, and I don't know if that's just because it was my first live gig that I ever saw. I remember being just totally knocked sideways by that Muse gig. Maid, thank you for bestowing a pair of wings upon G. Gemmet. Thank you, Andy, for the 100-bit cheese. It occurs to me that there are no innocent beings. Aren't we all guilty of falling in love with Venus's beautiful voice and smile? Andy, bless your face. Is that your way of making yourself feel better about dragging yet another bean into detention with you? Trying to convince yourself that everyone's a bit guilty? Quixie, thank you for that 200-bit chew. Say health and travel permitting. I will be there in detention. Quixie, bless your face. I assume you're referring to the first IRL gig that I do. Well, when we release this album as a physical album at the end of the releasing things, I would my want is to have a big gig where we can have all the beans there. Try and make that happen. It'll probably be in London, I imagine. I'm also crossing my fingers that TwitchCon will be in London next year. I don't know if it will be. I might be blindly hoping. But if it is, we'll have to arrange a gig around then, because that would be fantastic. Embla DBD, it's wonderful to have you here too. You say, the two people / group I've seen live is Melanie Martinez and Slipknot, both very different styles, very different styles. Did you enjoy both those shows, Embla? Seeing live music is awesome. It is so inspiring. I always leave live music gigs feeling super inspired, which I definitely did last night, but also I had this deep appreciation for just remembering the amount of work in the setting up and the travelling. I was listening to one of the bands last night explaining that this was one of 2 gigs they were doing that night. So they were playing at 7 o'clock last night until 8:15, roughly. And then they were travelling straight away to go play another gig, I think in a couple of hours away, at 10 at night. And they were saying, you either don't have any gigs or they all come at once. And they were a pretty big band in terms of maybe like 6 of them that were travelling with all of their equipment, and they have didgeridoos and guitars and drums and guitars and flutes, and they have everything. And I was just imagining all the travel and the tiredness, and I would leave most gigs that I did with an absolutely banging headache and so tired, and nearly always a pretty lost voice, which is something that just doesn't happen now in my shows. And it might just be because I'm so used to performing live on Twitch. It's very, very different than how it used to be, but I think a huge part of that was always the travel and just the intense adrenaline of going out into an actual venue and performing live in front of people, which is an absolute rush and a thrill, and also bloody terrifying. Oh my god, I remember the nerves for those live gigs being horrible. just an unpleasant feeling. Being nervous is horrid. Something I don't get with Twitch anymore. Definitely at the beginning I had some nerves when I would come live on Twitch, especially for front page streams in the first year, but I just don't feel that anymore. And I'm hoping when we do a live gig, when I do it to you, Beans, it's going to feel similar to the Twitch shows, because I'm going to know you're all there. Quick says, last proper band I went to watch was an M People's concert to a select audience. M People, I don't think I know M People. Maid says, I might have said it before, but it bears repeating. How lucky are we to have an all-access backstage pass with the front row centre seats, not to mention milestone celebrations and Q&As with some amazing once-in-generation artists. Oh, thank you, Maid. And we get this 3 times per week. We are truly, truly lucky. Thank you so very much for making this possible for us, Venus. Maid, thank you. That means so much to me, Maid. Oh, bless your face. Thank you. It's just been a wild ride. And it's just really struck me again this weekend how incredible it is that I get to connect with all of you on such a personal level. And remembering what that was like not to have it before I was on Twitch. So surreal. Maid says, what Maid to Raid said, we are the lucky ones. No, I'm the lucky one, because I get to see all you beans repeated times every single week. And I get to play my music, and I get to have my dream career be my dream career. Being able to be a full-time creative, being able to make art and focus on art. I am so aware of how freaking privileged I am to be able to have that, and that's because of you, Beans. So thank you. This isn't something I got to do full time before, so thank you for literally just making my whole life turn into the best dream ever. Jerry Sutola, it's wonderful to have you here. JC Pell as well. It's a pleasure to have you with us. Anyone else that I've missed, keep yelling hi until I see you. Infrared says, has anyone in chat living in Southern California in the US gone or planning on going to a Taylor Swift concert? She'll be performing 5 more times this week. Jesus. Now, I can't imagine what it's like to do that 5 times per week to an audience of the size that Taylor Swift does. Now, I know she's a well-oiled machine at this point, but she must get incredibly tired at the end of her tours or just during them. I just can't even imagine it. Oh, God, thank you so much to No Words Bean. That's my anonymous angel number one for that £55.55 donation. You say, all I got is what Maid said. Oh, thank you. My anonymous angel number one. I am so touched. Bless your face. I love you to bits and pieces. Thank you so much. I need to stop talking because I'm getting more and more emotional the more we're talking about all of this. But thank you. You know my gratitude is there. And I hope I've managed to get that across in words many times in shows, although it never feels like I can properly express how thankful and grateful I am that I get to do this. So thank you, Beans. Honey says, yay, sing out the emotions. That's exactly what I'm going to do, honey. That's just the perfect idea. And that's why I sing as well. It's my way of getting out my emotions. I've always been terrible I'm better now. I'm much better now. But I used to be extremely terrible at getting out my emotions in a healthy way, just being able to express myself. And which is a very British and female thing to do. A lot of my British female friends also struggled to, or did. I feel like, on the whole, most people I know are getting better as well. But definitely quite a few of us struggle to properly get out our emotions in a healthy way. And so I've always channeled that through music and have used my songwriting to fully express myself. So I'm going to do that thing right now. Hello, Lukey. Look, it's a Lukey. How are you, Luke? Lukey, I was just talking about the hope of TwitchCon being in the UK next year. Imagine it. Imagine that, Lukey. That's me and Luke's dream. All right, I'm going to play for you. I guess it's got to be an original. After all this chat, it would feel wrong not to do an original. So I'm going to play for you. This microphone is just repeatedly, look at this. It's just creeping up on me. It really wants a friend today. She just can't get enough of me. Well, all right, you do you, boo. You stay there if you want. I'll be super close to you. I'll play for you. I think we've got to go for. Seeing as Lukey's here, and I don't play this one too often. This is Diving for Pearls. This has always been one of Lukey's favourites. This is a song that I wrote immediately after watching Snow White and the Huntsman. I remember it very clearly. I've got something called synesthesia, for those of you that don't know my songwriting process. That means I see colours, and it's a very visual process for me to write music. And I came back from that music with all these images in my head, and Diving for Pearls is what those images sounded like to me. Thank you, Jerry Sutola, for subscribing for 3 months in advance. That is so incredibly supportive and kind of you. Thank you so much for choosing to support me so wholeheartedly. Bless your face. Right, my glorious beans. This one's for Lukey Poo. This is Diving for Pearls. She's her mother's daughter, and he's his father's son. They are dancing to the beat of the same drum. Believe the house is burning as they run towards the sun. They are hoping that they are the only ones. You can find her waiting for pearls off the edge of the world. Since he had cast out of his sea, and you can find her waiting for
cried, begging her to try again to set him free. You can find her diving for pearls on the edge of the world, since she had cast out of his sea. And you can find her diving for pearls on the edge of the world, since she found he could not let her be. She's her mother's daughter, and he's his father's son. They are dancing to the beat of the same drum. They'll leave the houses burning as they run towards the sun. They are hoping that they are the only one.
An original of mine. That one is called Diving for Pearls, and it is released, so you can listen to that one on all the different major musical streaming platforms. Thank you to Flotiti for resubscribing for your 4th month. Bless you. Thank you for using your Twitch Prime here as well. To all of you using your Twitch Prime here, thank you so much. I so appreciate you choosing my channel to use your Prime on. Now, I have got a priority request up next for Attorney from Below. Attorney from Below would like to hear some Evanescence. Bring Me to Life in particular. Made to Raid, thank you so much for bestowing a pair of wings upon Oliver Reel. Bless you. Now, Oliver Reel, is your name actually Oliver? Because I've just realised it's O-Live Reel. Maybe not Oliver Reel. It's O-Live Reel. I've only just seen that. But are you actually called Oliver, and was it a play on that? Hello, Forza, it's wonderful to see you. Violet Pio, it's wonderful to have you here. Right, Evanescence, Bring Me to Life. Hello, Curiosity Cat and Specky.
How can you see into my eyes like open doors, leading you down into my core, where I become so numb without a soul, my spirit sleeping somewhere cold until you find it there and lead it back home. Wake me up inside, wake me up inside, call my name and save me from the dark. Bid my blood to run before I come undone. Save me from the nothing I've become. Now that I know what I'm without, you can't just leave me. Breathe into me and make me real. Bring me to life. Wake me up in inside, wake me up inside, call my name and save me from the dark, bid my blood to run before I come undone, save me from the nothing I've become, bring me to life, bring me to life.
Bring Me to Life by Evanescence. Thank you very much. I heard that raucous applause in the kitchen. You know, it was one of the cutest things ever this morning was I've never ever camped with David. Dave has not joined me for any camping trip, and I was a little nervous as to how he'd be in a small space. Bearing in mind, we were sleeping in a very small, it's not even a camper van. It's like a sort of small car / minivan that's been converted so that you can have a bed in the back. And Dave was the cutest and happiest dog in that camper van. Let me tell you that. He was snuggled under that duvet, snoring away so contentedly. And then when he woke up, just sitting with his head looking out the curtain, watching all of the festival goings on around him. Not in the actual festival campsite, it was in the sort of larger car park, so it wasn't loud or anything. There was barely any people around, but he was so happy, and he's definitely a dog that is happy to camp. All he wants ever in life is to be snuggled under a duvet with me, honestly. That's his main goal. And if he's not snuggled under a duvet, he's pretty upset. I don't let him sleep at night in my bed. He's not an in the bed dog at night. He has to sleep in his bed, but he does have a heat mat which he sleeps on every night, even in the summer. He's obsessed with it. He's the coldest dog somehow in the world. Even though you'd think bulldogs would be hot, he's not. He's always freezing. Just a cold little dog. Loves the sunshine and loves a radiator and a heat mat. And in the morning he wakes up and he screams. He makes the weirdest noise, and has to come into bed for a snuggle, and that's every single morning. He's got a routine where he wakes up, he makes a really weird like dinosaur scream, comes downstairs, gets into bed and falls asleep for another sort of 2 or 3 hours, generally every time. But Dave in a camper van, that's all he really wants, is to be as close to the humans as possible and snuggled under a duvet. I don't even know how he can breathe under there. I honestly don't. He lies I've tried it. I've tried lying under the duvet. I can last maybe 30 seconds before I'm feeling like I'm suffocating. He can just be under there for hours, apparently completely happily. I don't know how there's enough air in there for him, but somehow there is. Lincoln Lee, you say Dave's a little cutie. He is so magical, honestly. He's just a pure angel, that dog. Lincoln Lee says, well, at least you don't have a cat that will claw you to wake you up at 4 a.m. Oh my God. Is that what your cat does, Lincoln Lee? That is harsh. That is evil. My best friend had a cat that used to bite her earlobes in the morning. It would lie there, lick her ear a couple of times, and then bite her ear. Cats are something else. I've always grown up with cats. I love cats. They are evil, though. They are evil. Cats have an agenda. I don't know what their agenda is, and it might just be to be evil. And I adore cats, and I think they're amazing, wonderful, majestic creatures. And I hope to always know a cat. I hope to never be at a point in life where I don't know a cat and have a cat that I can cuddle. But they do have an agenda, and they are evil, and they are watching you, and they want you to know that they can, at any point, get you and win. They can be really scary. Oh my God, they can be terrifying. But magical creatures, they just have to be respected and fed and stroked, but not too much. You've got to let a cat come to you. Never approach a cat. You've got to do those weird things with your hands to make a cat. If you do this to a cat, it will walk towards your fingers. I don't know why. They love this. A finger going in a circle. They are transfixed, walk straight towards you. But you can't overstroke a cat because it will get very angry. Boris says, cats do indeed have an agenda to be cats. Exactly. Suspicious. I do love cats. If I could have a cat and a Dave, I would, but Dave would not be a pleasant companion for a cat. He's just too raucous. He's never tried to attack a cat, but he would want to play with the cat like he does a dog. And Dave is too playful for even most dogs. Again, very friendly, super friendly. But a lot of dogs don't want to play as hard as Dave wants to play, let's just say. He wants to run up to every dog, chest bump them, and then chase them around. And a lot of dogs are just not down for a bulldog. It's just a bulldog thing. I've watched other bulldogs play with Dave. All bulldogs do the same thing. They chest bump each other with extreme force and so much love. But so many other dogs who aren't bulldogs do not like it. Rise says cat equals only 2.5 pets or else you die. Cats generally don't want to be with a dog. Saying that, one of my neighbours has got a husky puppy, like a pretty young, 1.5-year-old husky, husky lab cross, beautiful dog, and they just got one of those cats that grows massive. Can't remember what they're called. The hugest cat you can get as a house cat. Can't remember what they're called. Amazing cat. And the dog and the cat, weirdly, I guess because they're both young enough to bond as being young, they get on. A Maine Coon, yes, a Maine Coon. Amazing cat. Going to be huge. Going to be absolutely massive. A tiger, says Venio, not a tiger. A Maine Coon. They can get huge. They're like dog-sized. They're incredible animals. Massive feet this little kitten has. She's only a baby. She's huge already. I would love to have a big cat like that. Be amazing. But no. One Dave is enough for me. One Dave is a lot of work. Love him with all my heart. Enjoy all of the work. But quite simply would not be able to have any more. Just couldn't. I'd love to have 5 Daves, but no. No way. Walking one Dave, you got to have eyes everywhere. Everywhere. At all times. Honey says pet owning is a lot of work. Pet owning is a lot of work. It is a full commitment. And I don't know how anyone does it who's not working from home, honestly. Unless you've got pet sitters coming in. But even if I'm just leaving for the afternoon, I've got to do so many things to prepare Dave. I never leave him for more than 4 hours. 4 hours is the maximum I leave him. I think he could probably go longer, but I don't like to risk it. And I don't know how anyone manages to have a full-time job out the house and have dogs. Especially dogs. Cats are more, they take care of themselves, but dogs, it's like having a child, a full-blown child. Luke says, I had 2 cats screaming at each other for about 10 minutes last night at 6 a.m. So not a fan of them today, but usually love them. I don't blame you, Luke. Cats do that thing where they just scream at each other. I remember that very clearly from having cats. I grew up having loads of cats because the 2 cats that I had throughout my childhood had many kittens. And so we just always had at least 2 cats, but sometimes 10. And the noises that the cats would make, and they bring their other friends round, or the other friends come and find them, and they just sit there and they scream at each other from about 5 feet away. They stare at each other and scream. It's very weird behaviour. Don't know why they do it. Cats are mysterious and terrifying and wonderful to be respected and loved and fed and not cross. Never cross a cat. Lincoln Lee says, I accidentally shut my other cat in the closet this morning. She was not happy. I bet she wasn't. I bet she let you know she wasn't happy as well. Virtue CPP says, I had 5 cats and a dog. Oh my God. How did that go? Uego says, I have 2 cats, twins, Paula and Paul. That's so cute. Paula and Paul. Oh my God. Matic says, dog needs at least 3 times a day out for a walk. Well, exactly, because they got to go to the toilet. And if you don't have a big garden, and it also depends on the breed, Dave couldn't do more than 2 walks. Dave is generally in the recent weeks, I've been taking Dave for a walk that is between 6 and 12k, so a pretty big walk. And he can't go for another walk after that. That's him done. But he does then go out. I take him around the block for an evening poo. So a little second walk. But in terms of, he could do probably 2 walks that were about an hour long. 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. But if I'm doing one of my bigger walks, he can only do 1, and then he's asleep forever. And then generally has to have a smaller walk the next day. But that is different from many other dog breeds, because Dave is an old-time bulldog, so he doesn't require quite the same exercise that like a collie would require. A collie can just walk all day. Luke says, I did have 3 dogs and 2 cats for a while, and the cats ruled the house, I bet. Dogs generally are terrified of cats because the cats will just bop them on the nose, and they can outthink a dog. They absolutely can. So on the whole, if I've seen a cat and a dog living together, the cats are the ones that terrify the dog. We did, for a while, have my old dog, Billy, who was a very small cat-sized dog, and 2 cats. None of them got on well. My cats didn't really like anyone, including us. And neither did that dog, to be fair. None of those animals really liked anything alive. So I don't really remember them getting on. I think the cats used to bop him on the nose if he came close. So for a while we did do cats, but that was a whole family of us there. It's a bit different if you've got a lot of people in the house to take care of all those animals. Wakener One says, my cat's name is, now how do I say this? City. You say, and nobody around here knows how to pronounce it. Well, neither do I. City. I want to say it's City. Welcome to the cat stream, where we discuss all things cats and dogs, and we play absolutely no music. I don't know why, we just got a lot of things to say to each other today, Beans. We have many conversations to have. Virtue says, I had a Newfoundland Border Terrier and now pugs. Now, is a Newfoundland Border Terrier massive? Let me just Google what that is. I think it's huge, isn't it? Newfoundland Border Terrier. Oh no, tiny. I know these dogs. Yeah, one of my friends has these. I love them. There are a lot of these around where I live. They're very cute. Was it very yappy? Because I've met both very yappy Newfoundland, those ones, and also not yappy ones. Now, a Garbagarg says, all of the cats I had came into the house with our dog growing up and seemed to get along fine. I'm pretty sure it's because the dog just didn't care about the cats. Yeah, it does sort of depend on the dog. Also, how old the dog is. Some dogs are always chill, you just might be lucky and get a really chill dog. But also some dogs, when they're older, they suddenly become chill with all other animals. Dave's not met very many cats, so when he has seen a cat, he has been very activated, but he's never met a cat off the lead, and I've made sure of that. There are cats in the community that I live in, so a few of my neighbours have got cats, and I make sure that Dave is always under control when around cats, or if there is a cat anywhere near him, because I don't know what he'd do. He'd chase it. I don't think he'd catch it. He's not very fast. Cats are much faster, but if he did get it, I don't know. I've got no idea. He would definitely try and squash it, and that would be probably the best option of what he could do. I don't know if he'd perhaps ragdoll a cat if he got up to it. He's never got close to a small animal other than a toad, which I came outside to a toad a few times in the garden, and he's not seen it, but he's heard it. And then a couple of weeks ago, I wasn't there, but apparently Dave had found this toad, and the toad was then lying on his back in the garden underneath Dave's nose, and Dave was just staring down at it with his nose on it, and it was on its back with its little tummy in the air, just staring at Dave, like just giving up, honestly, just completely surrendering to Dave. And Dave just stared at the toad, and that was it. He didn't try and do anything. So I'm hopeful, were he to find a small animal, that he wouldn't put it in its mouth. He's never aggressive, but his instinct with a toy is to ragdoll it. So I guess you just never know. Instinct takes over, and if he were to catch a small animal, perhaps he would kill it. I don't know. I like to think he wouldn't, but he's an animal, and he might. Ashan, thank you for that 100-bit cheer. Bless your face. Matic says, my dog is kind of sick now. I'm so sorry. It is so distressing to have a sick animal. It is one of the most terrible things. I had that with Dave all last year. He was ill for most of last year. He had bladder stones. And he was terribly ill with them for a very long time, and he was on a lot of medication, and it was a vet's trip nearly every week, and a small fortune in vet bills and pet bills. Oh my god, help her, send help. I can't say it. Pet bills. Whoa. But it's I couldn't say it, honey. It wasn't in there. It didn't exist in my brain. Vet bills, pet bills. That I was getting confused between the two different ways of saying that. But he's better now, and life is so good now. But for a long time, little Dave was very ill, and there was a while last year. I don't think I was going into detail with you, Beans, whilst it was happening, because I didn't want to be a massive downer. But most nights he was in my bed. I kid you not, peeing all over me. literally, because he was so afraid and in pain from having these bladder stones and just not being able to pee properly, that the only time he could really pee was when he was relaxed. And so he'd have to sleep in bed with me because he was scared and cold, and he'd just pee all over me. And I just had to let it happen because I love him. And sometimes in life, you love someone enough that you let them just all night long, every night, just pee all over you. And he's better now, so we don't have to worry about that. He no longer has to pee all over me. This poor little dog. But that was many months. That was only really bad like that for maybe a month or two. And it was terrible. It was terrible. It was so awful. And I say it with a smile because now now he's good. But at the time it was not funny, and it was awful, and it was just sad. And the whole house smelled of pee, and I smelled of pee, and Dave smelled of pee. And my whole world was Dave's pee. And we were in the vets the whole time talking about Dave's pee. And we got him better, and he's all good now. We're not exactly sure, we're not 100% sure on what was causing the bladder stones, because we changed everything. We did all the different things you can do, changing diet and exercise, and making sure that there was nothing that could be causing these stones. In the end, he went and had the snip, and the vets thought perhaps that was what was going on, because they said it was all a little bit interesting down there. They said I don't know, I'm not really sure, but the vet said it could have been something to do with that. And since having the snip, he's been absolutely fine. So Maid says, now that is a devoted puppy mum. Honestly, I learned the true meaning of being a dog parent during that year. Attorney says, was it the water? No. So he's been having, well, we obviously changed everything up, but we tried him on all kinds of different things, but he was having very filtered water. I'm making sure that water was nothing in it, nothing that could hurt him. I think we even tested it for anything that could have been causing it, but no, it wasn't the water. And he's fine now, having the filtered water, same filtered water that I've been having. Blom, thank you for bestowing 5 pairs of wings upon our beans. Salone Wolf 70, Verdant UKGG, Gothic Realm, Primal, and Egmardenagen. Thank you, Blom, for giving another 5 pairs of wings in this stream. You're incredible. Bless your face. Thank you. Hello to Misk. You say pretty lady with pretty voice. Thank you so much. Bless your face. It's wonderful to have you here. So anyway, I'm no longer a music streamer. I'm just a chatter. Is there a name for that? I guess just IRL streamer, people who just sit there and chat about dogs peeing on them. That is a thing of my past, though. He does not have to pee on me anymore. It's great. It really makes you appreciate not being peed on by a dog all day when you've had a dog pee on you all day for a long time. You just really appreciate just sitting there and being dry. It's just the little things in life. It's a very unique subject. You won't find another streamer, I can assure you, talking about being peed on all day by a dog. I just don't believe anyone else is talking about this. So we're the cutting edge of being peed on by dog chat. Very niche, very weird, very, very strange. Maid says, just chatting Venus, Wild Kingdom. It's going to be a whole new genre. Ishan says, it's the little things in life. It honestly is. It really is. Not on Twitch as the turning. Nope. It's the kind of niche that you'd have to. I don't know. I don't know where you could find someone who talks about that. Ishan, thank you for another 100 bit. Bless your face. Thank you, beautiful beans. Now the stream schedule for the weekend is that I'm going to be live tomorrow afternoon at 4 p.m. BST, and it's going to be a Sunday stream. So I'm extremely excited about that one because I love a Sunday, and you never know what the topic of conversation could be on a Sunday. If it could be this on a Saturday, who knows what tomorrow is going to bring. What a magical stream this has been. It's been very chatty and I've really enjoyed it. So thank you everybody for making this a magical Saturday afternoon stream. I had no idea I had this many chats in me. You just don't know till it's happening. I was going to say I'm not very chatty. Perhaps I am. I don't know. I can be, but I also sometimes say nothing at all. Virtue CPP says you rested your voice. In a way, yes. You know what? I think talking takes more out of your voice than singing, on the whole. If I go to a party and I have to talk a lot, I'll lose my voice. But maybe that's because at a party, generally, you're trying to talk over music, so it's talking with a lot of force. This kind of talking seems fine. Y-Red says, good times are back to stay, I think. I agree. Teg says, you just need more streams where you chat to use it up. That's true. Maybe I should just add in some just chat, just hanging, just talking about being peed on by dogs. Super girly. We love it. A Venusworld classic stream. We talk about the loveliest things in life. Quixie says, oh, you can chat and I just listen, and you can sing and I can just listen. Win-win. Quixie, you're so cute. Well, I'm glad you beans have hopefully enjoyed hearing some really weird stories today. I've got plenty more. I've got a surprising amount of extremely strange stories. And probably some ghost stories, to be fair, that you haven't heard. Remember when we used to just sit around and I'd tell you scary stories? Scary, freaky ghost stories. Well, I probably have a lot more of those. I've just not been doing I've been so just non-stop doing music. I haven't been doing any ghost stories. Attorney says write a book. That would be a challenge for me. Being pretty dyslexic and finding it hard to type, and be fun though. It'd probably an entertaining read because it would be pure chaos. Ishan says strange stories are the best stories. Well, exactly. I think so. I enjoy a strange story. Mate says we miss Venus Storytime. I miss Venus Storytime. It was so fun. Maybe we'll introduce them back again. Beans, do not jump on this train. Do not do a Wednesday. Don't do it. Not again. We're not doing a cheeky end of stream train as the new tradition here in Venusworld. We're not starting a new tradition of being outrageous. No, we shan't. Repeat after me. I, a bean of the Venusworld community, shall not and will not jump on board a hype train at the end of every stream just to be outrageous and naughty and get myself an extra slice of cake in detention and also bring an innocent bean with me. Did you repeat it? I can see a few beans who obviously did not repeat it. Ishan with a 100-bit cheer. Kentai says, did you say Wednesday? I sure did, Kentai. Did me saying Wednesday set you off even more? Attorney says, you owe us roughly 40 minutes of singing. Well, that is true, to be fair. I honestly do. Marco says, still waiting on an ASMR stream by Queen V. ASMR is my most watched thing. After music and techno DJ stream. Marco, I love ASMR as well. I really love ASMR and I would love to do an ASMR stream. I feel like I'd be pretty good at it because I'm very particular about sounds and sounds that make me feel relaxed. Love ASMR. I should do it. I should bring some of the things I love the sound of and sit here and give you an ASMR stream. It'd be really fun. I particularly like watching ASMR food streams. But I know a lot of people really hate that. That's either you love it or you hate it. The sound of chewing can make some people feel so angry. But to me, it's super relaxing. Although I probably wouldn't do that. I probably wouldn't do a food one. I'd probably do a... I don't know, who knows? The world is our oyster. I went to a really disappointing ASMR exhibition recently. Beans, I see you jumping on board this train. Did you not repeat after me? Made to Raid says, hang on, wait, where does this even start? Ishan with another 100-bit cheer. Beans, Attorney from below with a 100-bit cheer. Fun Dragon with a 1-bit cheer saying, I, a Venus Bean, swear I will not jump on board this train. Well, I see you, Fun Dragon, jumping on board that train whilst vowing to not jump on board that train. This is all kinds of outrageousness. Dude DK resubscribing for 2 months. You say, apparently I was supposed to do this. Dude, you're a sweetheart and you've jumped on board the train of misbehaving. This is the misbehaving hype train. Beans, you're so naughty. Maters, I, a bean of the Venusworld community, will not hop on the end of the stream train to be naughty. Made to be naughty more like. Made to misbehave. Made to be cheeky. Thank you. You're so naughty. Oh my god. Blom again throwing 5 pairs of wings at our beans. Blom, you're outrageous. Thank you. Andy with 100-bit cheer says, sorry, I didn't just hear what you said. You naughty bean. Vodka tonic with a 500-bit cheer. You say cheeky? Beans, No, a level 4 hype train. Oh my god. SJS bestowing a pair of wings upon Y Red and Splattercat resubscribing for the 10th month. Oh my god. Splatter says, I'm sorry I'm so late. Difficult day today. I'll be here tomorrow in better time. Splattercat, you never have to apologise. I'm so sorry you're having a difficult day. I'm sending you so much love, and I hope tomorrow brings you much peace and happiness. Cave and Clave, thank you for subscribing. Beans, you are so cheeky. Oh my god. Ishan with another 100-bit cheer. You say, choo choo. Beans, look, you being so cute about it is not going to get you out of trouble, okay? Be as cute as you want, be as magical as you want. You are in bad trouble. Oh my god, Remaster one up with a 100-bit cheer. Quixie with a 1000-bit cheer. Quixie, you are so naughty. You say, well, I see a train. Nah, nah. Nah, 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 nah. Quixie, you're bringing with you 10 innocent beans into detention right now. 10. For that 1000-bit cheer, it's 10. SJS bestowing a pair of wings upon you Weagle. Vodka Tonic with a 500-bit cheer. You say, oops, I tripped. I'm not falling for it, Vodka Tonic. I'm just not falling for it. Old but Slow with a 100-bit cheer. You say, who is responsible for this naughty train? I wonder, could it be the naughtiest beans I've ever seen in my whole life? That's Lukey, the £4 donation, because that is Nispa. I see your name all jumbled up. You say, okay, but while we're here discussing all of this, is there any chance you have a CD with all your stories on it? With all your stories on it, a full story time series of stories of houses on hills or something. Failing that, maybe some music CDs. Well, it just so happens I do, Lukey. I have got many CDs that you can get your hands on, all with stories in musical form, otherwise known as songs, that you can listen to and you can get your hands on my Bandcamp page, or of course listen on my musical streaming platforms. There is a link now that will give you access to the full Venusworld catalogue on Spotify, so you can just have all the Venus songs under one roof, in one playlist, one place where you can just spam all my songs all day long. So if you'd like to click that, I'd be forever grateful, and I'd be so delighted, and I'd shower you with thanks. Peekawoo, thank you for that 100-bit cheer. You say, this train is going off the rails. This stream is going off the rails. This has been an outrageous stream. There is an air of cheekiness around this stream. I can almost smell the cheekiness. It smells like sherbet. Attorney from below, you say, these floors are slippery. They sure are, because they've been sprinkled with glitter and cheekiness. Old but Slow says, who is responsible for this naughty train? Did I read that already? I did. Thank you, beautiful beans. You're so cheeky now. Everyone, would you care to step off the train and take a deep breath and repeat after me? I'm going to calm right down now. I'm going to take a seat. I'm going to put my hands on my lap. And I'm no longer going to press cheer or gift or donate. I'm going to think about what I've done, and I'm going to have remorse. I'm going to feel guilty about the beans that I have dragged into detention innocently today. And I'm going to spend the next 24 hours thinking about how I can do better in tomorrow's stream, how I can control myself. Kentai says, I totally stepped off the train whilst running hectically up and down all the carriages, wearing your crown and screaming at the top of your lungs. Kentai, we all see you, we all hear you. We know you've not stepped off this train. You are being extremely royally naughty. Attorney from below, you see, I usually type cheer. Attorney, oh my god, and Blom, you've completely lost it today. You've absolutely lost it. Oh my god. Thank you so very much for bestowing 5 more pairs of wings upon our beautiful beans. Bless your face. You are so incredible. You have made it so that we have stayed over 1,000 subscribers. Now, a funny, interesting thing happens on the days that I stream is that quite often at the end of a stream, the subscriber number is severely less than at the beginning of the stream, because I always stream on the same days. And so I get a large block of subscribers on each of those 3 days that I stream, which means if a lot of those are gifted at the end of the month of that person who was gifted, often that sub will run out, and so that subscriber number will plummet down again, and it will change throughout the stream depending on who's pressed resubscribe. And you beans, even though it's been dropping towards the end of this stream, because a month ago today there was a hell of a lot of gifting, there is still a hell of a lot of gifting today as well. So thank you, glorious beans, for all of this love and all of this support. You're so incredible. All But Slow says, we all know the real party is in the detention dungeon with free cake and great music. The detention dungeon is basically an underground club, isn't it, at this point? You're all there just sitting at your desks having the time of your life. I've done detention wrong, I think. I've done it wrong. Virtue CPP with a 50-bit cheer. Bless your face. Thank you so much. All of this love, all of this support. You are incredible. It's a level 7 hype train. Let's leave it there. I give you all permission to stop now. For real, for serious. I honestly mean it. Because I'm going to be back tomorrow with another show. And you've given me quite enough for the day. This has been an absolutely beautiful Saturday stream. I've had the best time. Teddy says, waiting one day for V to just end the stream mid-time train. That would learn them, wouldn't it? That would learn them. That would be very dramatic. I'd feel very guilty. My guilt levels would be high. I don't think I'd be able to sleep if I did something quite so harsh. I need to toughen up a bit. I need to toughen up and be able to do it. It'd be quite funny. It would be a turn of events. It'd be a twist. maybe I'll try and maybe I'll try it. The problem is, okay, I was just about to do that, but then I was like, I have to initiate a raid. I can't just end the stream without initiating a raid. And then I want to be able to say thank you to, and then my brain, you see, it's hard. I had my finger on the button there. You might have seen me go silent, saw my brain ticking over the wanting to press the button. But then I thought of all the consequences of not initiating the raid and talking about the person we're going to raid and saying thank you to my mods and my beans. And Boris says, your reverse psychology won't work. Oh, wait a minute. Boris, bless your face, maid says, thanks to all of you, Venus will be able to buy the name brand cake and ice cream today. What? That's not what stream donos are spent on? You mean she doesn't just go out and spend it on tubs and vats of ice cream? Then why is she even streaming? What is she doing here? You know what? I've been trying to not have sugar. The last 2 days, however, went to a festival, woke up to miniature pancakes covered in chocolate and maple syrup, and also had a pan of chocolate before bed, which is a really weird decision, but I'd brought one with me and I thought I'd have it for breakfast, but decided to have it as a midnight snack. So not done well in the last 24 hours on the no sugar train. Before that I did 5 days of no sugar and then just lost it because I went out. And that is why, ladies and gents, Venus shouldn't go to festivals. SGS, thank you so much for bestowing a pair of wings upon Peekaboo. Bless your face. Michael says, oh, I'm trying to lose weight and now I'm drooling for that. It is, if you're trying to lose weight by cutting out sugar is so hard. It is so hard. It's such a drug, honestly. It feels like detoxing from drugs. Not that I actually know what that's like, but sugar does feel like a drug on the brain. It feels incredibly difficult to give up, and it's not fun. I've done it a few times, and each time I've heard people describe coming off drugs and having to actually detox. It feels how they've described it. So I'm being easy on myself when I slip up and accidentally eat a whole plate of pancakes and chocolate. I've just been trying to do it for my health. I just feel like sugar is terrible for you. It's evil. It's bad for your teeth. It's bad for everything. And it's really hard to give up. I am a sugar fiend. I could live on sugar, honestly. Although I'm not giving up fruit. I'm having fruit. I'm talking about sort of processed sugar here. Bacon and schnitzel. Thank you for that 100-bit cheer. Bless your face. Geo Brent says, trying to quit smoking and it's the hardest. I have heard that. I was listening to, I don't know what I was listening to. Perhaps it was a podcast the other day. People talking about, or it might have been an in-person conversation. Anyway, it was someone who'd worked at a rehab facility talking about what the hardest things to give up of all the drugs, and smoking being from this person's perspective, from what they learned working in that job, smoking being something that they seem people struggle with the most, just being unbelievably hard to give up. I'm not sure someone who was detoxing off something really heavy would agree with that. But that's just what they were saying. That's what they were saying. And they were also saying sugar is something that's so hard to give up. And it is. I've done it a few times, but saying that, I've always then gone back to having it a few months later. You go to a party and there's some cake and you have some cake, and then the next day you think, oh, well, I might as well have some chocolate. And then the next day, like, well, I had chocolate yesterday. I guess I'll have an ice cream sundae. And then there you are, eating only donuts for 4 weeks. And your poor teeth. Your poor teeth. Okay, right. What am I doing here? Setting up a raid. Come on, Venus. You got this. Your brain can work. Right. We're going to go and raid on this fine Saturday afternoon. Magical music streamer. Not sure which one yet. Let's just have a look. Who is live? Who can we go and see today? This afternoon, we are going to go and take all of you glorious beans over to, hang on a moment, Beaver Baz says, have you seen my whispers? Nope, I have not. Yes, thank you, Dan, that's great. We're going to go and raid today. I can't read it. It's too small. I think it says Jay Huntsman. Nope, Jane Huntsman. Jane Huntsman, who is a full-time singer-songwriter who loves dogs. Amazing. Let's take all of you glorious beans over to, I think this says Jane Huntsman, but I'm not 100% sure if I'm reading that correctly because I'm quite far away from the screen and that whisper was very small. It was a very quiet whisper. Right, raid. So, glorious beans, thank you so much for such a wonderful afternoon. My moderating team, as ever, you are second to none. I feel so lucky to have you in, Beans. Even though you're so naughty, you're so outrageous, you are forgiven and you are loved. And I'll see you tomorrow afternoon at 4 p.m. BST. My raid didn't go through. I don't know why. So let me just try that again. Raid Jane Huntsman. Not sure my raid command is happening. I might just have to try this on a different computer. It looks like my chat's a little bit wrong on that computer. Let's try it on this one. Jane Huntsman. Am I going to be able to type it? The question of all questions. So as we go over their beans, the raid message is in chat. Make sure to press follow. Right. Make sure to press follow. Nope. Not managing to do this at all. Very weird. Yeah. Very weird. All right, let's try again. Raid. Jane Huntsman. Come on, Venus. All right, everyone. I think it's going to work. Yes. Wrong. It was just had to be on a different computer, apparently. That's all that needed to change there. My glorious beans, I love you so much. Thank you for joining me for this very unusually chatty stream. I've had a marvellous time. I feel like I know you beans even better. And I feel like you all know me a lot better and you know about my dog pee, the dark times of dog pee. So you know me a bit better today. Things you never needed to know. Jazz says, I always feel underdressed with Venus's wonderful collection of beautiful dresses. Jazz, happy birthday for yesterday. I hope your birthday was magical. Bless your face. It's wonderful to see. Let's see if I can sing happy birthday before this ends. Probably not, but let's see if I can get any of it in. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jazz. Happy birthday to you. Over and out. So comes a tune to the color of you. Does it seem too soon to